Welcome to another episode of Goin With The Flow. I'm your host, Lucas Salino, and today I'm joined with a very special guest, Joanne. Welcome, Joanne.
Oh, thank you for having me here today, Lucas. We're talking about customer service today, right?
Are we going to hop right in that quick?
Well, I think so because we are a big part of the company and we love it at Customer Service Center.
I agree, and I love that you always make sure to shove that down my throat just in case I don't remember.
I do, and one of the reasons is because we do a lot in that office, but we have a lot of fun, as you know. We've got several different personalities handling all different aspects of the business, and everybody has something different to add in what we do, which is take care of customers, which is everything, and it means everything to all of us, okay? They're all very sincere, everybody in our office. We've got some girls, it's all girls right now, but we've got some that are so detail-oriented, they don't miss a trick. Then we've got the kind ones that are the ones that will help the customer through a trial or something like that. This happens all the time. So we're just a well-oiled machine, and we're all very proud of what we do every single day.
Yeah, no, and I agree. And customer service, it does go unnoticed sometimes. I know, like me personally, I have to go to work and I have to be glad to be there. Every day I got to be, happy to be there and walking through the call center and seeing everybody always in a good mood, working hard to improve everything, and just everyone that cares, not only about the customers, the company, but the work too. So again, I definitely appreciate it. And now our audience will learn to appreciate it more too. Maybe give you less of a hard time. How did you end up at Salino? Because there's a big connection. Almost everyone there comes from somebody else they know. So why don't you give us your story of how you ended up here?
I have a good story. So my son-in-law is Bill, and Bill Salino, he takes care of managing managers and people, all the aspects of that, and all the technical problems that we come up with all day over there in our office. So previously, I had been in my own businesses for decades, simultaneously running many businesses, and for 20 years, the one main thing that I did was a customer service management position. I operated a sales group of 200 women across all of Western New York, and I worked very closely with all of their customers, my own customers. This is at a time when there were no computers and no cell phones. So I did that. And yeah, well, this is a lot easier with computers. But during that time and 10 or 20 years after that, I had many businesses, like I said. Then I ended up working for the federal government because I wanted some sort of a stable job that had benefits. So I worked for the federal government for 10 years or so, and then it was time to retire from that. So as a person who never really sat still or worked only one job, I knew that when I retired I had to do something. So my son-in-law said I could come and babysit because he was going back to the office at Salino.
The best part is, Bill, I recruited on a limo bus going to Ellicottville. He was a stay-at-home dad. He didn't really need to go back to work, nor did he want to. So he started off part-time as customer service.
That's right.
And it just grew to you in the same way.
Yes. And what he said to me was, you babysit for me for a year or so, and then apply for customer service. He said, just answer phones. It's just answering phones. It's so easy. You're going to answer phones. Yeah. And so, okay, I'll go answer phones. And it is not just answering phones.
No, it's not easy either. He lied to you.
I said, Bill, this is not answering phones. I had to learn computer systems that I had no experience with, Service Titan, and then the iEvolve and the young people talk about these things like we talk about cornflakes. They know what all these things are. So I had to learn what all that was, and learning the systems and talking on the phone while you're using the computer. You sat and helped me at my desk doing that because I had to write everything and then input it, and I was taking an awful lot of time. It was hard for me to learn this whole new thing. Finding out what this industry is, it was amazing. People were calling, hundreds of people per week with crisis situations. And I had no idea all the plumbing and underground and HVAC situations that were happening in the world around me. So the awareness that this all has brought to me, and now with your podcast, I think people that do watch the podcast are going to get a nice inside look at some of the stuff that the average person had no idea about.
So, what's funny though, for even me, like I take it for granted. I grew up in this, right? So to even just hear that and get that point of view, like that helps me, right?
I think so. Right. I mean, I was floored by it. I couldn't believe it. I said, I can't believe this phone is ringing all day with plumbing and HVAC situations.
Yeah. Well, the hard part is it rings different amounts, different times. So it's like, how can you ever properly, I always say that, like the supply and demand, if you could ever solve that in the service industry that we're in, you'd be doing great. But that's the hard part. It's you don't know always when the calls are going to come in, how many, and you can't manage your labor to meet the needs no matter what.
That is true. We find that situation too. But in that situation, we and our customer service department have to do our very best to keep these customers calm. The customers are generally in crisis, like you said before. When they call, they're scared. They're flabbergasted that the basement could actually be flooded. How could this be? And why is it happening? And can you fix it right now? And then if it's a rainstorm that's been going on for 3 days, we can't just go there right now. So we have to help them through a crisis. And it's real for them. And it's real for us because we get just as nervous as them, but we don't let them know. I just find it very interesting. And like I said, in our office, all the different talents that everyone in our office brings to the table.
There's so much more to it than anybody realizes.
Yes.
I always point that out to the plumbers. The plumbers don't really know what it's actually like either.
If you want to talk about the plumbers and the technicians, I got to say it's wonderful to work with all of them. They are helpful. We try to help them. That's what we do on the phones with them during the day. And I work on the weekends as a dispatcher too. So talking to them is wonderful.
I know you're not supposed to have favorites, but do you have a preference over the plumbers, the HVAC, the electrical?
I'm not saying that.
You do have one, though.
I'm not saying
if
I do or I don't. No, I don't know.
Okay. All right. I don't believe it. I think you got one.
What's your favorite?
I can't tell. Well, all right. No, I will tell. All right, fine. I'll tell you. So I was born doing plumbing, so I've always liked plumbing the most. So I would say yes, the plumbing department is the closest to my heart for that reason.
Well, I will tell you this. The plumbers, I did a little survey with plumbers and HVAC people, and I asked for their funniest stories. Okay. Plumbers had way more interesting stories, I gotta say.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
Although,
some of them I wouldn't repeat.
Electrical's off to a great start. Electrical might be my favorite soon. I think it's going to give a run for the money. I do like the business of HVAC better too. You know what? It depends on my day. It would definitely depend on my day. It's raining out too. It's raining out naturally. I like the plumbing side better.
When it's raining, you like the plumbing side better?
I think so.
Why?
This is just busier. I'm thinking more plumbing, right? When it's really hot and dry, I'm thinking more HVAC.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, HVAC does seem like a cleaner job, though.
It is. I'd be an HVAC tech if I started over.
The customers are always saying, well, do I have to get another electrician, or will your HVAC technician know what to do? Well, now we have an electrician. It's awesome. Right.
So and we're continuing to grow. Certainly, always trying to bring more people in, serve more customers, and certainly yes. But more plumbers, more techs. We're certainly going to have more call center, and we're definitely going to need more space soon. That's for sure.
I think I would like anybody watching the podcast to know that the customers, from my aspect, from my position as a customer service specialist, we really care about the customers very much. We're very sincere with everything we do to try to help the customer. And we know that the plumbers and HVAC people, the technicians, the underground people, we know they are very sincere. They care about our customers too. If a problem comes up, our managers work very hard to make it right. We do our best on the phone to treat every customer with kindness and respect. And I just would like everybody to know that we care very much about our customers.
That was really sweet. Joanne, thanks for joining. And I think you might have taken my job as host of this podcast. So let me know what you're doing next Friday. Might have time.
No, I can't come back. I got things to do.
Oh, all right, Joanne. Well, thanks again for coming in.
Oh, thank you for having me. You're very welcome.